First we will sing Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana 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 Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to this Sunday evening feast program organized by ISKCON Stouffville. Very grateful to all of you for being present today evening. We are reading from chapter 6, verse number 24. That is 6.24, page number 278 on this yellow Bhagavad Gita book. So please repeat after me. Sanishchayena yoktavyo
Sanishchayena चेतसा
संकल्प प्रभावन कामांस
संकल्प प्रभावन कामांस
त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः
त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः
मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं
मनसेवेन्द्रियग्रामं
विनियम्य समन्ततः
विनियम्य समन्ततः
Once again, सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो
सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो
योगो निर्विणचेतसा
योगो निर्विनाचेतसा
संकल्प प्रभवान् कामांस्
संकल्प प्रभवान् कामान्
त्यक्ता सर्वान् शेषतः
त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः
मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं
मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं
विनियम्य समन्ततः.
विनियम्य समन्ततः.
Anybody would like to recite?
सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो
सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो
योगो निर्विण्णचेतसा
योगो निर्विणचेतसा
संकल्प प्रभवान् कामान्
संकल्प प्रभवान् कामांस्
त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः
त्यक्ता सर्वान् शेषतः
मनस्यैवेन्द्रियग्रामं
मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं
विनियम्य समन्ततः
विनियम्य समन्ततः.
सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो
सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो
योगो निर्विण्णचेतसा
योगो निर्विणचेतसा
संकल्प प्रभव कामाक्ष्य
संकल्प प्रभवान् कामांस्
त्यक्तव्या सर्वानाशेतः
त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः
मनसेवेन्द्रियग्रामं
मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं
विनियम्य समन्ततः
विनियम्य समन्ततः. माताजी,
सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो
सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो
योगो निर्विण्णचेतसा
योगो निर्विणचेतसा
कल्पप्रभवान् कामान्
संकल्प प्रभवान् कामांस्
त्यक्त्वा सर्वान्
त्यक्ता सर्वान्
शेषतः
शेषतः
मनसेवेन्द्रियग्रामं
मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं
विनियम्य
विनियम्य
समन्ततः
समन्ततः. One more, Mataji. सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो योगो निर्विणचेतसा संकल्प प्रभवान् कामांस् त्यक्ता सर्वान् शेषतः मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं विनियम्य समन्ततः. Thank you so much, Prabhus and Mataji. Anybody would like to read translation, please?
One should engage oneself in the practice of yoga with determination and faith and not to be deviated from the path. One should abandon, without exception, all material desires, born of mental speculation, and thus control all the senses on all sides by the mind.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Anybody would like to read purport?
Purport: the yoga practitioner should be determined and should patiently prosecute the practice without deviation. One should be sure of success at the end and pursue this course with great perseverance, not becoming discouraged if there is any delay in the attainment of success. Success is sure for the rigid practitioner. Regarding Bhakti Yoga, Rupa Goswami says, Ustanam Nishchayada Dhairyat Tat Tat Karma Pravantata Sangha Tyagat Sato Virte Sadbir Bhakti Pasi Grayati. One can execute the process of Bhakti Yoga successfully with a full-hearted enthusiasm, perseverance and determination by following the prescribed duties in the association of devotees and by engaging completely in the activities of goodness. Desmarta 3. As for determination, one should follow the example of the sparrow who lost her eggs in the wheel of the ocean. A sparrow laid her eggs on the shore of the ocean, but the big ocean carried away the eggs on its waves. The sparrow became very upset and asked the ocean to return her eggs. The ocean did not even consider her appeal. So the sparrow decided to dry up the ocean. She began to pick out the water in her small beak, and everyone laughed at her for her impossible determination. The news of her activity spread, and at last Garuda, the gigantic bird, carrier of Lord Vishnu, heard it. He became compassionate toward this small sister bird, and so he came to see the sparrow. Garuda was very pleased by the determination of the small sparrow, and he promised to help. Thus, Garuda at once asked the ocean to return her eggs, lest he himself take up the work of the sparrow. The ocean was frightened at this and returned the eggs. Thus, the sparrow became happy by the grace of Garuda. Similarly, the practice of yoga, especially Bhakti Yoga and Krishna consciousness, may appear to be a very difficult job, but if anyone follows the principle with great determination, the Lord will surely help, for God helps those who help themselves.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Om Jnanam Timirandasya Jnanam Chamasalakhaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much once again. So, we are in chapter 6 entitled Dhyana Yoga. But before I delve into this sloka and the purport thereof, I would like to begin by asking a very, very simple question. In fact, 2-3 simple questions. Very simple questions. First, who has problems in life? Please raise it. Wow. No exception. Haribol.
100 out of
100
100.
out. Prabhu, can you ask me the same question? Ask me the same question. Ask.
Do you have any problem, Prabhu?
Not enough. This is also not enough. I'll stand to be proud. Prabhu, we are all in the same boat. I'm so happy to know that we are all in the same boat. Absolutely, yes. Another question, Prabhu.
You are happy because you are not alone.
I'm not alone. Prabhu, that's why. Even the right hand is not alone. The left hand, even that's not alone. No, stand up. Oh yeah, Prabhu. We are all in the same boat, Prabhu. Absolutely. If Prabhu looks at the plate of the neighbor, by example, for example, oh, my plate is half misery. That's too much. Let me see my Prabhu. You might find his is 3/4 full or even full. Then you will say, oh, no, my half is good. Isn't it, Prabhu? So everyone is on the same boat. We are all in the same boat. Prabhu, one more simple question, Prabhus and Matajis. Who feels that all these problems, he or she is fully capable of solving it and resolving it? Who feels that all these problems, one is fully capable of solving and resolving? Majority no. Prabhu, I'll ask you later. Mataji, yours, I'll ask you later. Prabhu, I will ask you later. So that's good, but majority no. So because the point in asking this question is that we sometimes feel that we are the doers. We sometimes feel that we are the controllers. We sometimes feel that we are the proprietors. We sometimes feel that we are the enjoyers. Rather, it's the reverse. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I am the proprietor, I am the enjoyer, and I am the controller. Bhaktaram yajna tapasam sarva loka maheswaram. I am the beneficiary of all the yajnas. Sodam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam smartim santim uchati. If I am the well-wisher of everyone, but if one wants peace, one should know this. Gyatva mam, one should know this. Santim uchati, he will attain peace. So the moment we realize that Krishna is the proprietor, Krishna is the controller, Krishna is the enjoyer, our pride, the so-called pride, would almost vanish into half, even right at that moment, provided we are sincere in understanding that everything is done with the will of Krishna. Another simple question, and then I'll start. Who has desires in the life? Please raise hand. Oh. Mataji says, oh, agree, everyone, 100%. So it's a consensus agreement that we all have problems in life. We all, except one or two or three, can feel that they can solve the problem themselves.
No.
Prabhu, you are backtracking.
So I'm just saying these problems can be solved, not by themselves.
But my question was, see again I repeat my second question, isn't it, Prabhu?
I think the second question was confusing.
Confusing?
He. The he means probably with capital H.
No,
That's what he thought.
he means the person he or she who has got a problem can solve it himself, thinking that he or she is fully capable of resolving it.
Oh, no.
Anybody?
No.
Even 3 hands are down. Thank you, Prabhu. 3 were up. I was to consult them after the class. No, done.
I was going to say
So we are all absolutely in the same boat. And the third one is who has desires. Every single person has desire. In fact, Prabhupada said, right, Prabhu, that many times he said that if somebody don't have desire, better he or she should see a doctor. Isn't it, Prabhu? These are Prabhupada's quote unquote. Better he or she should see a doctor, because any living being, whether it is human being or even animal, bird, beast, so far as there is consciousness, they ought to have desires. And desires means nothing but liking. No, sankalpa. From sankalpa comes liking. And when there is a liking, there is a lust. And when there is a lust, there is anger. Jayate visyantam samsangaste supajayate sangat sanjayate kama kaman krodha bhi jayate krodhat bhavati suma. It's a full cycle up to vinashaya pranasyati, buddhinashaya pranasyati. So everything starts from liking something. Our senses are fully active 24/7, even in sleep. Oh, Prabhu's and Mataji says, no, sleep, I don't know where I am. No, your mind is working. Your subconscious mind is working. Why? Because it cannot remain without activity for a moment. And that is why we get dreams, What are the dreams? That is not the reflections of something either we have seen or even sometimes even weird without even any reference of dream. So mind is constantly working. Why I said all this is that that's the crux of the sloka. But when we have got all these problems, no need to get morose, no need to get dejected. Oh man, no, this is too much for me, I can't handle it. No, you need to fight and you need to find a solution. Arjuna had the same problems, but Arjuna was wise enough, and Arjuna represents Prabhu's and Mataji's, all of us, isn't it? All these questions Arjuna asked on whose behalf? On our behalf. Whatever Arjuna is thinking, think that is our thinking. Whatever Arjuna has got a problem, think that is our problems. And whatever Arjuna is seeking answers from Krishna, think that we are seeking answers from Krishna, because we can't find solutions. So what Arjuna did, can anybody tell me what Arjuna did? Prabhu, Swaminathan Prabhu. Beautiful. One more step. What Arjuna did, asking questions, but before that,
He gave up his Dhanush Ban.
absolutely. If I can take you to 2.7, you have got Bhagavad Gita, open 2.7. 2.7 says, Karpanya doso pahata subhava prachami swam dharma sammuta cheta. Anyway, the translation I will straight away read. Now I am confused. Now Arjuna says to Krishna, now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. So Arjuna was confused the way we are confused many times with the problems, but we don't know which direction to go. And Prabhu and Mataji, this is the fact of our life. Certain problems we can little bit solve easy, but certain problems are so deep We go left, there is a problem. We go right, there is a problem. We take this decision, there is a problem. That decision, there is a problem. We can't ascertain any direction. So Arjuna he was in the same that he lost all his composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, now this is what I want to emphasize. I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. What an intelligent person Arjuna is. Although he was bewildered completely, although he lost all his directions as to what is to be done, what did he do? He took shelter of Krishna. And then what did he say? Arjuna asked Krishna that please instruct me. Not only, Prabhu, that's what I was saying, not only that he asked, he said, now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you, absolute surrender unto the lotus feet of Krishna. Please instruct me. So what has happened up to 2.7, a friend was talking to a friend. After 2.7, the tables have turned in Bhagavad Gita. A guru is talking to a disciple because Arjuna left the position of friendship, accepted discipleship of who? Krishna. And Krishna accepted Arjuna's proposal, and now 2.8 onwards, whatever dialogue up to 18th of chapter is all a dialogue between guru and disciple. The tables have turned. Now, having done that, Krishna says that we are not the body, we are the soul, and all those things. He says. Still, Arjuna is confused, and then Krishna says very very nice shloka. I'll take you to 2.47. I'm just taking the crux, and then we'll come back to the main shloka. 2.47 says, it's page 114. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phalesu kadachana ma karma phala heturgur ma te sangotsva karmani. So what does that mean? You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, O Arjuna, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty. So one more lesson and instruction from Krishna to Arjuna, that after having heard whatever I have told you, still if you are in confusion, make sure that you just perform your prescribed duty. And what was Arjuna's prescribed duty? He was a Kshatriya. And being Kshatriya, he needs to fight because Kshatriya's prescribed duty is to fight. So he instructed Arjuna to fight, but he says, so you have got a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of the activities. Why? Why did Krishna say that? And that relieves a lot of burden even from our shoulders. That relieves a lot of burden for us to find the solution, because sometimes we are puzzled, and that's where the class started, that we all have problems. We cannot find solutions. But Prabhus and Matajis, the results of our actions are not within our control. The results of the actions is not within our control. Why? Because that is something which Krishna says in 2.47, I will decide depending on your eligibility. Because we might, we are so foolish sometimes that we might desire all sorts of things which we are not capable, which we don't deserve at all. But Krishna, who knows, like a mother of a 6-month-old baby knows that what baby would be able to digest. Mother will give only that much and only that type of food or drinks which baby can digest. So mother knows what he or she deserves. Same thing, we are all aham bija pradapita. Krishna says, I am the seed-giving father. So we are all sons of Krishna. If he is the father, we are the sons, we are the eternal servitors. Then we should be doing our prescribed duties, but we should not expect the results of it, because results will be awarded by Krishna based on the person's qualifications and how much he deserves, and what is the best for that person in that circumstance. Sometimes we say, why bad thing happens to good people? That's Krishna's plan. Who are we to question that? That's Krishna's plan. Depending on karma of that person, even bad things can happen. Maybe those things are wiping out for the karmas for the person, such that that person don't need to take birth again. But we cannot see, because Krishna is omniscient. He knows the past, present and future. We only know present. Of course, we know past, what has happened. We don't know what is next to happen. Next second, what is going to happen to us? Anybody knows what is to happen? Absolutely no. Nobody knows. So, but Krishna knows. So Krishna would do only that thing which is fully beneficial. Subhadam sarva bhutana. I am the benefactor for every living entity. So he will do, but we should have faith, Prabhu and Mataji. It is Adav Shraddha. We should have faith in Krishna such that whatever is happening in or around us is to be treated as Krishna Prasadam. With our mundane mind, we can term it as this is good, this is bad. But that's with our mundane mind. For Krishna, everything is happening is good for us. Because Krishna wants us going back home, back to Godhead. Because we are the eternal servitors of Krishna. Our constitutional position is Jivere Swarupe Hoye Krishna Nitya Das. We are eternal servitors of Krishna. So we cannot be expected to be the cause of the results of our actions. And then we cannot be attached to not doing our duty as well. So we have to do our duty. So coming back to this, why I said is that it has got a lot of bearing on this particular sloka. So this sloka translation says one should engage oneself in the practice of yoga with determination and faith. See, faith, that's what I said, faith. Faith, without faith, we cannot move even 1 millimeter. We must have utmost, just like that 6-month-old baby in the lap of a mother. How nischint means fearless the baby is, isn't it? All mothers would know, even fathers know. How fearless the baby is. Because baby knows, 6 months baby knows that my mother is going to take utmost care of me. She knows what is happening with me. She knows what is my demand. Even at midnight if I cry, she will give me all the things needed. Why? Because baby has taken full shelter of mother. And because baby has taken 100% shelter of mother, mother would protect, because mother knows without me, nobody else is going to take care. Mother would fully protect. Same thing, if we take full surrender of Krishna, if we take full shelter of Krishna, Krishna will invariably protect us. And that is what he says. One should engage oneself in the practice of yoga with determination and faith and not be deviated from the path. One should abandon without exception all material desires. And that is what my third question was. Material desires. You will say, Prabhu, you just said that everybody says, raise the hand, yes, I have got desires. Yes, you're supposed to have desires. But here says, one should abandon without exception. Without exception is a very heavy word. Without exception. All material desires. How can? You say, how can, Prabhu? You just said we have material desires and we will try to satisfy it. Then Krishna says you should abandon without exception all material desires, born of mental speculation, and thus control all the senses on all sides by the mind. Isn't it a little confusing, Prabhu? And obviously I know you will ask me a question. We have got desires, agreed, consensus, 100% we have got desires. We are all trying to fulfill in pursuit of desires. That is on one side. On the other side, Krishna says abandon all. Now, understand one thing, that chapter 6 is Dhyana Yoga. And Krishna doesn't want Arjuna to be bereft of any knowledge which can lead to back to home, back to Godhead. Any path, any process, Krishna doesn't want Arjuna to be bereft, to be not knowing of this thing. He doesn't want to keep Arjuna in ignorance. So Krishna is giving all the paths at Arjuna. And Arjuna keeps on asking, oh Krishna, what is this? This is something beyond my abilities. And then Krishna further explains. And then Krishna explains Ashtanga Yoga. In Dhyana Yoga, basically the thrust was on Ashtanga Yoga. It is also one of the ways. But in Kali Yuga, these things are not possible. One is supposed to go to the forest. One is supposed to be laying pusa grass. One is supposed to meditate on the tip of the nose. I mean, it's impossible, isn't it? In Kali Yuga, while doing prescribed duties, we can't do all this. And Arjuna says that Krishna, and then all these yoga practices with a view to control the mind. Every sloka, even in the previous slokas we have seen, we can control the mind this way, we can control the mind by meditation, we can control the mind by yoga, asanas, pranayama, all those processes are for what? Controlling the mind. So controlling the mind is the core value of yoga. which yoga, Ashtanga yoga and all those. But we know, and Krishna in fact admits that yes, it's very difficult. Why? Because Arjuna says that Krishna, you say that mind we need to come bring it control, but Krishna, it's impossible. And Krishna, he says, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna, Ramati balvadranam. He says, and then Chanchalam hi mana Krishna, Ramati balvadranam, Tasyaham nigraham maniye, Vayoriva chaluskaram. So Chanchalam hi mana Krishna, Chanchalam, my mind, mana is mind. Krishna, oh Krishna, my mind is Chanchalam, Ramati balvadranam. It is so austere, it is so firm. I cannot overcome its whimsical thoughts. The Tasyaham nigraham maniye. Nigraham means to control it. Tasyaham nigraham maniye. To me, Vayoriyam cha duskaram. I can control the blows of the wind, but I can't control the force of the mind. Now, how difficult it is to even control the wind? Anybody can control the wind? No. But Arjuna says, if you ask me, to control the wind is even easier than to control the mind. And immediately in the next sloka, what Krishna says, he admits, first time Krishna admits ever to Arjuna in Gita is with that sloka. Otherwise, Krishna had been referred, oh Arjuna, you are so weak, you are Kshatriya, this language doesn't befit you. Arjuna was kept down. This is the first time in Bhagavad Gita Krishna agrees to Arjuna. What he says, Samsayam mahabaho manodur nigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena chagruyati. Samsayam means doubtful. Asamsayam, without doubt, he agrees. Mahabaho, oh Arjuna, manodur nigraham chalam. To control the mind is very difficult, next to impossible. Krishna first time ever in Bhagavad Gita agrees to Arjuna, is in that sloka. Abhyasena tu kaunteya, abhyasena. But it's possible, Arjuna, by what? Abhyasa. Abhyasa means what, Prabhu? Practice. Abhyasena tu kaunteya, vairagyena chagruyati. Vairagya means what? Anybody? Vairagya? Renunciation, detachment. It is possible to control the mind by what? Two things. And these are Krishna's words. We have got to believe. If we implement, we can control our mind. Number one, abhyasa. Like a tamed horse, untamed horse, the more you try to ride on it, the more it will throw you away, it will kick you away, it will put you down, it will trample you, everything. But again you try. Again it will throw you down. Again you try. When so many times you try, then the horse will think, this guy is stubborn. He is not going to give up. Rather, I would act based on what he says. Slowly and steadily that horse will be tamed. Similarly, our mind will be tamed by constant abhyasa. Abhyasena tu kaunteya. Constant practice. We say that, oh Prabhu, our most of the common question, Prabhu, is, while I am chanting, Prabhu, I can't focus. First round probably okay. First 2-3 sloka, 4 Hare Krishna. Fifth, I don't know where did my mind. Isn't it, Prabhu? Our mind, even if it is in the Brahma Muhurta, Prabhu, many times, although the frequency is less than what we do in the other Muhurtas, but still it happens, right, Prabhu? This is a common question for everyone, that our mind wanders. When mind wanders, what we are told, what acharyas have told, bring it back forcefully, mechanically bring it, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Chant loudly, hear loudly, and then you can focus. Again, after some time, mind will go. Again, bring it back. This process of going away and bringing back, keeps on happening, abhyasa, and then one day, at least we will achieve success of focusing on what we are chanting. It is possible, because these are Krishna's words. And then, vairagyena cha gruyati. You can do it, provided you have got detachment. So, coming back to this one, we have to abandon all material desires. Now, material desires cannot be abandoned. For us, we are not those yogis which we can control the mind. But it can be channelized into higher taste. Now, what I mean by higher taste is that if you give your senses something higher taste, higher than what we are used to getting, then the senses will automatically reject the lower taste and accept the higher taste, because that's human nature. A mother giving lollipop to the boy, every day, and then the next day, one day, first time mother giving gulab jamun, boy would say, wow, what a nice, sweet, relishing, mellows. Mother, mom, what did you give this gulab jamun? Oh, give me more. Then after next day, again mother gives lollipop. No. Yesterday you gave me something that is called gulab jamun. Give me. Why? Because the boy tasted gulab jamun far better and juicy than the lollipop. So now the boy will not take lollipop. Same thing with us. Because our mind is tuned to accepting higher taste when given the choice of having the option of lower taste. Lower taste automatically we will reject. Somebody don't have to tell us. We will reject automatically. No. This is far better than that one. So that is what Krishna says, that when you need to abandon all material desires, means channelize those material desires towards Krishna and Krishna's devotional service, such that those abominable things which you have been used to, not year after year, birth after birth, of thinking, speaking, doing, all things will be slowly and steady. It cannot happen overnight. Again, Prabhu's and Mataji, we cannot be under illusion. Let us be very clear. This cannot happen overnight. I sleep tonight and tomorrow morning I wake up with a different person. Impossible. Abhyasena tu kaunti. It has to happen every single day. Anukulyasa sankalpa, pratikulyasa varjanam. So we have to accept what is favorable to devotional service, and pratikulyasa varjanam. We have to reject what is unfavorable to devotional service. If we do this abhyasa again and again, then one day we will, just like that untamed horse becomes tamed, our mind will be in control, and then my mind will be in control. Krishna says that all the senses, in the purport Prabhupada says, all the senses will come under control, because it is the mind who is supposed to control the senses. Right now, it is the other way around. It's the senses, because the objects of senses attracts the senses. And once senses are attracted, our mind gets pulled towards the objects of senses. And then we want to enjoy. And then what happens? Mind comes under the dictation of the senses, which should be the other way around. So if you have got that abhyasa, we can do it. And then we can go for higher taste, which is the ultimate goal of life. Now, one more point I want to emphasize here is there are three words right in the first line of the purport. Prabhupada says the yoga practitioner should be determined. That's determined is the first thing, and should patiently prosecute the practice without deviation. One should be sure of success at the end of and pursue this course with great perseverance. And then second one is in the next paragraph, one can execute the process of bhakti yoga successfully with full-hearted enthusiasm, perseverance and determination. Now, having told all about Ashtanga Yoga, Krishna, and then Prabhupada in his purport, is trying to say that the best among all the yogas, Prabhus and Matajis, is Bhakti Yoga. Because in Kali Yuga, it is very easy to do Bhakti by chanting what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Hare Namai Kevalam, Kalau Nasti Eva Gati Ranyata. In this age of Kali Yuga in which we are all living, the only way is Hare Nama, which is Hare Krishna Mantra. Kalau Nasti Eva repeated 3 times. There is no other way than Gati Ranyata, other than chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. In Kali Yuga, there is no other way. So, going by what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, we need to constantly chant Hare Krishna Mantra such that we can get protection of Krishna, because there is no other way other than devotional service to the Lord through chanting of Hare Krishna Mantra. Now, 3 words are used here for Bhakti Yoga. If one wants to attain Bhakti Yoga successfully, Prabhupada says that one is enthusiasm, that is called Utsaha. Second one is perseverance, Dhairya. And third one is determination, Nishchayat. So, enthusiasm, perseverance and determination. So, of these 3, it's easy to understand enthusiasm. Any devotional service has to be done enthusiastically. So, we should have, like how we enjoy the festivals, right? How nicely we dance in Krishna Janmashtami and Gaur Purnima and all those. Because we have got that joy within, that we are celebrating Lord Krishna's birthday, we are celebrating Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu's birthday. So that enthusiasm is what Krishna looks at. Because Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. Krishna has got everything. It's not the case that we give Krishna, then only Krishna. No, Krishna has got everything. In fact, whatever we have is given by Krishna. So Krishna doesn't need anything. He is Atma Rama. He is self-sufficient in all respects. He can rejoice from within 24/7. He doesn't need our help. He doesn't need our donation. He doesn't need our charity. But what Krishna is looking, Bhavagrahi Janardana. Bhavagrahi means our bhava, our intentions, our desires to serve Krishna. When we do that with enthusiasm, Krishna will notice it. And Prabhupada said that do not go to temple with a view to take darshan of deities. Of course, that's the prime motto. Make your character in such a way and present yourself in Krishna that Krishna will be forced to look at you. Isn't it, Prabhu? Krishna will be forced to look at you. Make your character and uplift your devotional service to that extent that when you enter the temple, Krishna is eager to look at you. My bhakta has come. That should be the condition of the devotee and the relationship one should establish with the deities, which is none other than Krishna himself, sakshat in front of us. So, enthusiasm. Second one is perseverance. Now, perseverance is something where, this applies to all of us. You see, whatever good thing we try to do, all of a sudden we find ourselves getting impediments. For example, we are getting late and we are driving on road, and then this GO train passes and the arm closes. We say, I'm getting late. Why? It has to close right now. And then there's nothing we can, there are cars behind. We can't do anything except wait, let it pass, let the arm go, and then we'll go. Impediments will keep on coming. You are driving in a deep thought on a road. All of a sudden, you are in a very deep thought, and you are driving. All of a sudden, you see blue and red light in your rear view camera. My God, where did this guy come from? And then he's flashing. He is after me. Oh my God, I have to pull over. Where did this guy come? Don't ask, that's his job. He was hiding somewhere. These things come out of the blues, Prabhu Zanman, isn't it? Impediments would come out of the blues without giving notice. And then it will catch us by surprise. So, whenever you are trying to do something good, Maya will pull your leg from where? Not from front, Prabhu. From where? Behind. Maya will pull your leg from behind without you knowing. And that is the mandate given by to Maya, given by Krishna, because Krishna says, Devi esa gunamai mama Maya duratyaya. It is so difficult for you, Jivas, to overcome this Maya's actions, to take a grip over you and your actions, that because Maya is acting under my direction. It is Krishna's external energy, Maya. So Maya is mandated to bring Jiva away from Krishna and to test how far this boy or girl is again going back to Krishna. Again it will distract you. Again you go back. Once so many things are happening, Krishna will notice that no. This soul, even Radharani can also recommend that. Krishna, Radharani has got that power. That's why we worship Radharani first. That without Radharani's mercy, we can't go to Krishna. Radharani will say, Krishna, this soul is now too much now. Don't keep mum. Shower your mercy. Then Krishna will shower the mercy. And then it will say, Maya, enough. You have tested. This soul has passed. Let him. Then we see the impediments are gone all of a sudden. Otherwise, those that arm will keep on blocking your road. It will block our road. And this, it's not a case, Prabhu Samati, I am saying and you believe. Isn't it your all experience? Raise your hand. That all obstructions keep on coming. Almost everyone. Obstructions keep on coming. And we cannot solve. And this brings me to the second question. Are you capable enough? Or do you think that you can solve all these problems? Nobody raised the hand. Why? Because it's not in our hands. We need mercy of Krishna for all these obstructions of Maya to go away. And for that reason, Krishna says, it is not mama maya duratyaya. It is not within your capacity to overcome maya. And therefore, we feel ourselves falling KO, knockout on the ground again and again. But again we should get up. Again it will knock you up. Again you should get up. This process will continue until that time Radharani will notice that you are the one who is a candidate to serve Krishna. Krishna, please. Krishna would, sour our mercy. And that is where we will find the impediments gone. All of a sudden, whenever you approach the road, earlier the door open, will close. Now, when you approach the closed door, the door will open. Oh wow, another door open. Why? Because now Krishna is souring. That is the symptom of Krishna's mercy getting soured. So there is perseverance. So we should not get deterred. And the third and the last, very important, is determination. So Krishna is constantly testing us, isn't it, Prabhu? Every mode of life, Krishna is testing us. Through, not directly, through Maya, right, Prabhu? Krishna is testing us. Whether it is a student for exams, whether it is adult, young adult, whether it is a married person, everybody included, whether it is aged person, 60, 65 plus, whether it is 80 plus, anybody will be checked, will be obstructed. But it all depends on how determined we are to pursue what? To pursue the goal of life. Goal of life, Prabhus and Matajis, is not eating, matting, sleeping, and defining. Even if you see, if somebody some of you might have had pets at your home. All the animals do that thing. They don't need to strive hard. They eat, they defend themselves, they sleep and they mat without any coaching classes, isn't it? These even animals are doing. Then why should, Prabhupada says, why should we put extra efforts to do those things which animals are naturally doing? You don't need to put any efforts for that. Then what's the difference between human being and animals? The only difference is human being has got the intelligence to decipher, to analyze what is good and bad. Animals will go by the instincts. I am hungry, they will eat. I am thirsty, they will drink. So human being knows what is good and bad. Human being will analyze the situation and anukulyasa sankalpa, accept, pratikulyasa varjanam. Only human being can accept and reject, because mind has got three functions: thinking, willing, and feeling. So that willing thing, the willing, thinking, feeling, and willing. Willing means accept or reject. So human beings have got the intelligence to either accept or reject the things, but that has to be with determination. So far as we have fixed a target in our life, then all the other activities should become secondary. We should be doing that, all those, because we have to keep our body and soul together. So we have got to be working, we have got to be doing business. Whatever we are doing, we should keep. Those are our prescribed duties. But mentally, there should be, it is secondary. Because primary, our goal is to go back home, back to Godhead. By doing what? By doing devotional service to Krishna. So if we are, our goal is fixed, if our target is fixed, and if we are determined, then what will happen? Prabhupada gives a wonderful example in the purport of a sparrow. So a young sparrow, very tiny little sparrow, laid the eggs on the seashore, and we all read in the purport, the waves took it away, the eggs. Sparrow got wild, asked ocean being gigantic, even didn't care to even answer sparrow. Arrogance, arrogance, didn't care. That's the word used. He didn't care. He didn't even reciprocate it. So the sparrow got wild, and sparrow says, okay, you know what, I will take up one drop in my beak, I'll dry you up. With so determination, I'll dry you up. And then sparrow started. Sparrow is tiny, beak is even tinier, and in that tinier beak, even little water will come in. I mean, it's not next to impossible, it's impossible for the sparrow to dry up the ocean. People were watching sparrow. People were laughing at sparrow. At the foolishness that this is foolish sparrow bird, you are trying to do something impossible. Sparrow continues to do. With what? Determination. Now comes, it's not written here, but Narada Muni noticed this. Narada Muni is a character where he comes exactly at the same spot, at the same time, in presence of the relevant people, doing and then giving the exact thing what is supposed to be done. Narada Muni enters the scene. It's not written here, but that's the story. So Narada Muni enters, and while everybody is laughing at the sparrow, Narada Muni, Narayan, Narayan, oh, Bhuti. So he sees the sparrow, picking up the water in the beak, throwing away. Narada Muni starts laughing. He joins the crowd. Narada Muni joins the crowd in laughing. You idiot sparrow, how can you do this? You are trying to do something impossible. Now, understand one thing, Tattvata, this Tattvata. Narada Muni is spiritual master of the world, because he is the spiritual master of Vyasadeva, and through Vyasadeva all the disciplic succession. He is the spiritual master. Spiritual master always thinks better for the disciple. Always does manasa vacha karma. Always wishes well. Whatever he thinks, whatever he speaks, whatever he does is for the betterment or for the good of the disciple. That we all know. You will question me that, Prabhu, Narada Muni, everybody was laughing. Narada Muni laughed at the sparrow. What is he doing? You say he's a spiritual master and he's laughing. But he laughed. Now, Tattvataha, I want to say that Krishna would want to taste every single person. The moment Krishna knows that this person is determined to do something, Krishna will taste, either through Maya or through his representative. Isn't it, Prabhu? Spiritual master is nothing but a representative of Krishna. We all know that. Krishna doesn't come if we are to meet with an accident on the road. Spur of the moment, somebody comes and throws us aside. Spur of the moment, and then the truck passes. And then you say, my God, who is this? Krishna doesn't come himself and holds our finger and cross the road. Krishna sends the representative. To do what? To solve our problems. Provided we have got faith, adav sartha, and we have got determination. Sparrow had determination. So Krishna sent Narada Muni, inspired from within. Narada Muni is always inspired from within. He starts laughing to do what? He doesn't want to insult sparrow. He wants to test that does sparrow, even having seen Narada Muni laughing, now throws the attempt of, loses the determination. If Narada Muni laughs at me, I must be idiot. Thinks of that and leaves the, what sparrow did, Get out of my way, Narada Muni. If you want to obstruct me, if you don't want to encourage, at least get out of my way. I will do the same, what I've been doing. She tells Narada Muni to get out of the way, clear the path, takes the beak, pick up the water, so starts doing the same thing. Now Narada Muni says that this sparrow passed the test of determination, because Narada Muni tried to laugh at him, joining the crowd, trying to impress upon the sparrow that, look, you are doing something impossible. But that's the test. Up to that extent, Krishna will test us, Prabhuji and Mataji. It's not easy. Prabhuji and Mataji, these things, determination is a very simple word, but it has got a deep, deep meaning. And everybody's exam paper is different, right? You see, it's not the case. Gaur Gopal Das says that you cannot copy the answer of your neighbor, because his question paper is different. If you try to copy, you are doomed. You cannot. That question, that answer is to his question, not yours. Your question. Everybody has got their own unique set of situation, unique set of problems, unique set of miseries to be solved. So everybody's question paper is different. So Narada Muni tested, and that determination, sparrow continued, keeping Narada Muni aside. Sparrow continued. Narada Muni said, you are past. Now Narada Muni is compassionate, because after all, spiritual master, he goes to Garuda. That Garuda, here is a request to you. Please make sure that you help this sparrow who has been trying to pick up the drops of water from ocean and determined to do what? To dry up the ocean. Garuda says, isn't it? Because that's my little sister bird. Sparrow bird is a little sister. Garuda is also a bird, but gigantic. Garuda at once comes to the seashore where sparrow is, seen to be doing the same thing. And then Garuda says, what are you doing? I want to dry up the ocean. What happened? My eggs have been taken, and he even doesn't reply to me. How arrogant he is. He has to return my eggs. Oh, that's the case. Garuda asks ocean, can you return the eggs? if you don't return the eggs, I have to take up the work of the sparrow and drying up the ocean. And ocean knows that just by the flash of the wings, ocean can dry up in seconds. Garuda is that giant. Just by the flash of the wings. Forget, he doesn't have to do even beak or something. Flash of the wings, ocean can dry up. That gigantic is Garuda. It's like a pod, pod of water in front of Garuda. Ocean got scared. Immediately ocean took the eggs and gave to sparrow. And sparrow got dead. Sparrow was so happy. Garuda became happy. Garuda became happy. Narada became happy. Narada became happy. Krishna became happy. Why? Determination. Prabhu's and Mataji's, it's a determination with which we should be doing all those things, devotional service. Impediments will come. Maya will act. Obstructions will come out of the blues. All of a sudden health problem, all of a sudden finance problem, all of a sudden family feud, all of a sudden son or daughter not behaving well, all of a sudden boss. Who loves the boss? Can you raise the hand? Boss? Who loves the boss? Nobody. All of a sudden boss gives you a project saying that 3 days is the deadline when he knows this is not less than 7 days work. Isn't it, Prabhu? I have undergone this. I believe everybody. Boss knows that this 3 days work, 7 days work, not less than, and he says you have to complete within 3 days. And honestly, the 4th day, you have to present. We will do day and night together to finish the 7 days work in 3 days. These things will come out of the blues, because that is the nature of material world. Dukkhalaya masasvatam. The material world is called Dukkhalaya masasvatam. Dukkhalaya means, alaya means the, Vidyalaya is the house. House of Vidya, house of Dukkha. Asasvatam, eternally. So, if it is Dukkhalaya masasvatam and it is designed to give us miseries, what else can we expect, Prabhu and Mataji? If we are little intelligent enough, we go into the charcoal mine with white and white. And then we expect that we come out of the charcoal mine again white and white. Is it possible? What do you expect? All those wind will blow through the coal and make your white and white with full black spots. Immediately. You cannot escape, because that's the design of the charcoal mine. Same thing with material world. The design of the material world is to give miseries. That doesn't mean that we should get discouraged. Every problem has got a solution. And I'm so happy to tell you that we are so lucky to be having a book like Bhagavad Gita. Whenever, Prabhu and Mataji, you feel morose, whenever you feel that you don't get direction, take up Bhagavad Gita. That's why Prabhu keeps on announcing. If somebody doesn't have Bhagavad Gita, please approach one of us. We will make sure that you get a copy of it. Pick up Bhagavad Gita without targeting any page. Just open the book, any page, and read. And I guarantee, holding this Bhagavad Gita, that yes, you will get solution to your problem. Because Bhagavad Gita has got all the solutions of all the problems in all the times for everybody. Isn't it, Prabhu? It has. That's a guarantee. Because Arjuna was in the same situation and he asked Krishna for all the solutions. And Krishna is so kind to be giving all the solutions to Arjuna. And finally, he says that leave out all this, Ashtanga Yoga and everything. Open 6.47, which is page 300 of the, in fact 299, 300. So it says, Yogina mapi sarvesam mattena nantaratmana sadavan bhajanteyo mam sa me yukta tamo mata. In fact, the translation is, and of all yogis, the one with great faith, again faith. See, that's why I started with that, we must have faith. With all the yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, number one. Number two, thinks of me within himself, that's number two. And number three, renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. So Arjuna was told by Krishna indirectly that, look, Arjuna, I agree that mind is restless, mind cannot be controlled. It is easy to control the wind and the mind. This Ashtanga Yoga process is not meant for the Kali Yuga. It is impractical. Leave out everything. 6.47 says, you just think of me, you always abide in me, that means you follow what I say. And number 3 is, you render transcendental loving service unto me. And then what happens? That person who does all these things, he is the most intimately united with me. Yoga means unite, to connect. So he is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. So that is our consolation. 6.47. If we do bhakti yoga, if we do chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and render devotional service to Krishna, with what? With faith, perseverance and determination, enthusiasm, then Krishna is sure to bestow his mercy. And that is what the last paragraph of this sloka says, that the practice of yoga, especially bhakti yoga and Krishna consciousness, may appear to be very difficult job. Apparently it may appear to be very difficult, but if one follows the principles with great determination, the Lord will surely help, for God helps those who help themselves. So first of all, we have to help Hare Krishna. First of all, we have to help ourselves by what? By showing enthusiasm, by having perseverance, and by showing the determination like that sparrow did. Then God will help us because we are trying to help ourselves. So God will help those who help themselves. That's the go away. So we have got 2-3 minutes. With this, I'll conclude. If there is any mistake or corrections, please forgive me. I will open the forum for questions. 2-3 minutes. Yes, please.
How to remain enthusiastic in devotional service?
Excellent question, Prabhu. Excellent. Prabhu, to remain enthusiastic in devotional service, we should be constantly in association with devotees who are what? Enthusiastic. Similarly, I expected one question that, oh Prabhu, determination, you spoke this much. How to be determined? Similar question. How to be enthusiastic? I expected that question. Answer is, you need to be associating with those people who have enthusiasm and who have determination. Once you do that, then even by looking at them, yad acharati sreshta tatta deve tarojana, whatever an exemplary person does, the exemplary act, the ordinary man follows. So while observing that devotee, while remaining in association, close connection with the devotee, slowly, again, overnight this thing cannot happen. It has to have a period of time, and you have to be very sincere in association of devotees. Then we will be imbibing the qualities of that devotee. What are the qualities, Prabhu? First is enthusiasm. We will imbibe that mood because that devotee will be chanting and dancing and doing all the festivals, celebrating all the festivals with enthusiasm. Everybody will join and will get that mood, imbibe the mood. And same thing with determination. If somebody is determined well enough and you are associating with that firmly determined person, slowly and steadily you will get the qualities of that determination. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha guyata. Abhyasa, again abhyasa. Slowly and steadily, as you practice more, you will imbibe the mood and the characteristics and the qualities of that person who has got enthusiasm and determination. Does that answer your question, Prabhu? Thank you, Prabhu. Any other question? Sure.
So Prabhu, just an extension to this. Right?
Sure.
So we get the association generally on the weekends, right? This is how it is, right?
That's right.
So 5 days we are still alone, right? So how to make sure that those 5 days are still the same as the weekend?
Prabhu, you are not alone 5 days. You are alone 6 days,
6 days.
21 hours.
20.
Only 3 hours, 5 to 8.
Why I said 5 days is because 5 days there are a lot of deviations, right? You are away from all of them. You have a lot of
Prabhu, on off days even deviation will increase because on the working day your mind is engaged. Then you will be tired and you will fall asleep next day. On the off days, what is it called, Prabhu? Empty mind is devil's workshop. On the off days, Prabhu, there are more chances of deviation because now you don't have to open the laptop and do what boss says. So, but the answer is again, Prabhu, if we are sincere on even if you have taken 1% of what is said from here, not today, any of the Sundays, even 1% you are sincere, hold on to that churn that, understand what Prabhu or Mataji was saying based on the Shastras, and try to judge yourself, introspect. How can I put this into practice? Vijnana, Prabhu's favorite. We have got Jnana, we are trying, we talk big things. Where is Vijnana? Prabhu says, where is Vijnana? Show me the application. Jnana is knowledge, Vijnana is application. Prabhu keeps on emphasizing, Vijnana, Prabhu Vijnana, implement. So, to answer your question, Prabhu, we should be 24/7 alert. And again, that comes by abhyasa. You will fall down, again you get up. Fall down, get up. Alert of what? Alert of that target, what I said, going back to home, back to God. If you are alert of that target, your mind is automatically tuned to attain that target with determination and enthusiasm. But all the other activities, like you say, 5 days, become secondary, Prabhu. You will be doing, no doubt, you have to do it, keeping soul and body together. But they become secondary. It's all here. That's why this is called Krishna consciousness. It's not conscious, it's consciousness. We have to be conscious of Krishna all the time. And if we are all the time conscious of Krishna, we will not deviate from our path. So that's the key. And the maximum possible time, those days you should be listening lectures, like all the devotees does. Read the scriptures, read morning and evening Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam means eternally. You have to be, whenever 1 hour, half an hour, morning, evening, and Bhagavad Gita, you need to be in touch with Srila Prabhupada's books. There are so many beautiful, perfect questions, perfect answers, right? Wonder, the science of self-realization. The non-devotees once pick up the book and read science of self-realization, they started coming to temple and became devotees. That these are perfect questions, perfect answers. Prabhupada has given so much, Prabhu, into his books, and he said that he has been doing labor, waking up at 2 o'clock and doing dictation, sleeping only 3 hours for who? Because he knew that the time is short. And when the time is short, he need to put in writing such that he will not speak, not Vani, not Vapu, Vani. His books will speak. So in the Prabhupada says, I have put up so much hard work. I have labored for you people so much. All you need to do is pick up the book and read. Books are always here, You can ask any one of us to get the books and then read. And when you read on those 5 days or even the 6th day or even the 7th day, the remaining 21 hours, surely you will not be deviating, for sure. Surely. That doesn't mean that foolproof will be, our train will be on the tracks only. It will derail, Prabhu, because we are human beings. And above all, we are under the Prabhu's favorite. We are constantly in the 3 modes of material nature. 3 modes of material nature, Prabhu keeps on saying, will pull our leg down. Pull our leg down. We know the things, we know Tattvata, still it will pull our leg down. Why? Because it's Devi Esa Gunamai Mamamaya Duratya. It's Krishna's energy, Prabhu. It's mandated to pull our leg down. Not from the front again, from the back. You will not know that your leg is pulled and you are down on the floor. But you have to get up. Oh, my goal is that I'm distracted. Krishna, apologize. Again go back. Again, after some time, you get up, go down, get up. That abhyasa, slowly and slowly, Krishna will one day shower the mercy. So, association of devotees and constant Guru Sadhu Satra, constant reading of books and the listening of lectures will keep you on the track. Does that answer your question?
See, adding to this, Prabhu,
Yes,
most of the grahasthas who are working, 2 hours is required for chanting. Average 2 hours, doing 60 rounds. Actual round starts at 17.
yes. Yes.
But for the minimum, we'll go like this. 16 round chanting, 2 hours.
Yes.
Half an hour for the deity worship. Okay? Then after that, what will happen? Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavatam, say 1 hour.
Correct.
Okay? And in the evening, after coming from the office, stay for a half an hour, you listen to Srila Prabhupada lectures.
Yes.
You see how much you get motivated.
Very good daily routine. But then slowly and steady, Prabhu. We cannot do all of a sudden what we did. At least read Prabhupada books or listen. If you are tired, we may not be able to read, right? Because our mind will not listen. Then listen. Prabhupada lectures or so many acharyas. Wonderful, wonderful lectures, Prabhu. and imbibe into it, it will surely. Any other question? Last, because we are running out of time. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि।